Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. This is 2010 Toyota Matrix. This is a new customer. I never worked on this vehicle and I just did my quick inspection of this just for myself. I wanted to see what might be needed, and we will go there with the owner. He has some ideas. He did in the past transmission drain and refill, but that company told him that the fluid was very bad and he should repeat it one more time soon. So that was their approach. I saw car in the vehicle. What you don't see, the hood is bent, because apparently it did hit something in the front. It survived it outstandingly. But if you look with me here, this part, this beam, it's bent. Everything is bent inwards. It's totally visible. Let me look this way maybe. Do you see it? It's on the top, that entire latch, all of it. It's slightly bent inside of the car. Yet, it has zero problems if you look everywhere. It didn't miss a beat. Typical Toyota. Will you not say it didn't miss the beat? It keeps driving. Apparently, when he bought it, somebody was helping him to get rid of some money, because there is new battery, new alternator and new starter. So you know what that means. Somebody didn't know what's wrong with it and they kept just throwing parts on it. Doesn't matter. It's for the long run. The customer bought it recently. I looked around, shockingly, and I didn't say that, at 144,000 miles. There's no other work to do. I have a good news. I will be calling him soon. Right, the rear brakes, everything is up to date. He doesn't need any work on these jobs. So he said clearly, hey, look at the fluid. Either I want flush or I want a drain and refill. I'm thinking, because I did pull the dipstick and there was a black residue on it. Right, you know these dipsticks. They say, under normal circumstances is no need to replace ATF. So we don't believe that. We know it's nonsense. So let's get that fluid out. I have a clean pen right here. It's perfectly wiped off. Let's evaluate the fluid, and I'm thinking more that we should drop pen, because there is that black residue on the dipstick. Anytime I sweep it, there's a bunch of it, despite the fact somebody just recently did the drain refill. Let's go, use that hex stand, get it out. We will look together on it, and I will make, after that, phone call to the owner. Hopefully you will be perfectly able to see what I'm doing. So I will say, somebody did something. It's very slightly not leaking. It's like a seepage or wetness. Let's say wetness. Right? Not trying to criticize the previous job. I'm not sure who was having hard time with diagnosing electrical problem in the past. Because when you see alternator, battery and starter new, that means somebody had a hard time to figure out what's going on with this vehicle. Maybe it was sitting, I don't know this detail. If it was sitting, I'm not aware of it. So I don't want to splash on my camera gear, so I was a little bit hesitant to open it too early. But my friend, that fluid is still nasty. This is not okay. This is not our Toyota ATF WS, which goes for a world standard, as you know. This is nuts. This is very dirty, and we will, as I said, let me clean my hands we will be looking when it stops dripping. We will look it together on it. I just cannot touch the camcorder because I'm all wet from it. So you have to keep watching. So we will look at it together, and then we will make a phone call to the owner. And I wonder if you will agree with me what we will tell him. I'm really letting it drain to catch all those droplets, which at the end won't matter. I think you will agree, but the fluid is right here. We will be taking it off and discussing options for this customer. As you know, this will keep dripping forever. So let's go and put that drain plug back. I will wipe it off here. We will carefully torque that. And we will finally look together on that fluid. I want to show you detail. If you tight these, don't hold your ratchet at the very end, it's the opposite. These ones I think takes 33 Newton meters. There is an aluminum crash washer which will perfectly seal it. You don't want to apply too much torque on it because you will strip that whole thing and damage it. So be careful with these. Now let's go together and do the conclusion what we should offer the owner. So this is absolutely dirty. How we will avoid some of these skylights this way. So look at the edges, right? Even if that fluid is floating away, look how heavily contaminated this is. This was, you remember, a clean pan. So what do you say? I say that this is nasty, this is bad, that's a problem for that transmission, and that obviously has to be at least flushed. But in this case, let me show you another thing to consider. So this transmission is called U34-1E. It has a filter inside. It has 19 bolts around holding it. I will say everything has pretty good access. I hope we agree together again. And on top of all these details, I hope you can see, or maybe not, there is a rubber gasket there. So my point is, shouldn't be this very easy to remove actually and put back. We don't have some bolts hidden behind the frame the way the designers put it here this little cross member and so on. Nothing is in the way. You can see the crack in that gasket, hopefully right here. It's a little crack in that rubber, actually multiple. It's not leaking or seeping whatsoever. Another crack right there. But will this not be a great opportunity for us to remove the pan? Because you know there are magnets, and on the bottom of pan, that's where that black residue sits. It's like a super fine mud, I will say. It's like a thick layer there. Will it not be great opportunity if we have a time to actually remove this pan, clean it, clean the magnets, replace the filter, put it all back and fill it up with the new WS Toyota fluid? Well, for me it's very easy to answer. If I bought this vehicle today from this owner and I wanted to keep it for a long time and have another reliable Toyota on the road for years to come, I will definitely go all the way. So, summarizing it, the whole job, including replacing that filter. Start with dropping the pan, dropping the filter, cleaning everything, installing new rubber gasket, installing new filter inside, putting it all back, torquing those 19 bolts, and start filling her up with that brand new WS fluid. Let me show you how it looks like for somebody who is new to the Toyota maintenance, or they just bought their new vehicle. This is from the dealer. This is the right fluid which is supposed to be there. We don't know, of course, what aftermarket shop, what did they put in it. We don't know. I have no control over it, but I will always be putting this fluid inside. So I hope you find this video helpful to make your own decisions in the future with your own Toyota maintenance, your own vehicle. There's always many things to consider. I hope I explained why I will call right now the owner and offer him that entire service. If you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please give it a thumb up and be subscribed. I have way more coming your way. Actually, if he... Excuse me, it's the fumes from it. We mechanic are breathing a lot of bad stuff. If this owner will approve it, I'm sure he will. And if he will give me enough time, I will actually try to film that whole service for you. So definitely be subscribed. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.